Labour's governing body has voted to ban Jeremy Corbyn from standing as a Labour candidate at the next general election. The National Executive Committee, or the NEC, voted 22 to 12 to approve a motion from Sir Keir Starmer to prevent Labour from endorsing Mr Corbyn. There is no appeal within Labour's process. Let's get more on this with our political correspondent, Helen Catt, who's at Westminster for us. Helen, this is going to potentially cause some divisions within the party, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we've seen some of that already. I mean, this was not unexpected. Sir Keir Starmer has previously said very clearly that Jeremy Corbyn would not be a Labour Party candidate at the next election. What today's vote was a way of sort of formalising that. And it was a way for Keir Starmer, I think, of trying to very publicly draw the line between the party under Mr Corbyn's leadership and the party under his leadership. In that motion that he put to the National Executive Committee, it was very clear that it was about electoral chances and that he felt that allowing Jeremy Corbyn to stand as a Labour candidate next time would diminish the party's electoral chances. But as I think you sort of referenced there, Mr Corbyn does still have a number of supporters in the Labour Party, and so that has been it's been pretty divisive in that sense. The Momentum, the campaign group that was set up to back Mr Corbyn's leadership, had described this before the vote as a venal and duplicitous act from Sir Keir Starmer. Mr Corbyn himself had talked about Mr Sir Keir denigrating the democratic foundations of the party. We haven't had any response since the vote yet, so we wait to see what happens there. And Islington North, where Mr Corbyn is the MP, the local Labour Party there seemed to be standing pretty squarely behind him. They talked about rejecting what they called the undue interference of the National Executive Committee.
So, Helen, have we heard anything directly from Jeremy Corbyn about this?
Not since the vote. That only happened just under a couple of hours ago. But certainly in advance of that vote, as I said, he'd had accused Sir Keir Starmer of denigrating the democratic foundations of the party. We understand that he is considering standing as an independent at the next election in Islington North. He's held the seat since 1983. He's currently sitting as an independent after he had the whip removed in the wake of a row over anti-Semitism. He's won been elected there, 10 times, and he has a majority of more than 26,000. So we wait to see if he will go on to do that. As you said, there isn't an appeals process here. So in effect, it does look like he is now blocked from standing for Labour. I think there is a little bit of a grey area as to what exactly happens next, and we'll have to wait and see.
OK, Helen, thank you very much for explaining that for us. Helen Catt there, our political correspondent at Westminster.